Okay, so IRC, this should be streaming. So, yeah, but we'll see your text in 30 seconds. Oh, IRC couldn't hear because I didn't have the headset on. Is that better? Can you guys hear me now? Alright, if you're in IRC on live CTF and you can hear, then let us know. It sounds like there's at least one person who cares, because Ditmar asked if there was a URL. Let's go ahead and just kill the music here, just for a second. Turn the music down really low. Oh, also, sweet. Okay, levels as well too. Music way louder than me. All right. I think I can fix the levels of the music. Yeah, Tyler, go ahead and tweet the link out too, please, if you like. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're still kind of getting settled in. People are rolling in. Just to give people some context, some local friends that are from the area thought it would be fun to come and watch a live CTF. So we're sort of doing a hybrid, online, streamed, and in person. Although many of them are hiding around the edge of the room because they don't want to be on camera. So occasionally you'll hear them. All right, how's the levels on audio? It looks like music is nice and quiet now. Let me know if it's not, and we'll either turn it off or we'll tweak it some more. Okay, so let's explain the concept of live CTF. Most everybody on IRC should already know. For those that are joining in person and this is your first time, live CTF is, why did we lose one of our displays? Well, that's interesting. Live CTF is a chance to stream, cast, capture the flag. So you see people doing it solo by themselves, doing a walkthrough, recording it. You see people playing head-to-head. There's been a lot of different things. GeoHot started this last year, did a good job, and this is kind of a little bit of a reboot. I want to try to get it going, and so we're kicking it off with a couple of them. We'll invite some of the people who participated last year back, and we hope it will be fun. Tonight's challenge... Oh, there's the tweet. Oh, I'm getting tweets. Excellent. Yeah, it's like a 30-second delay, I think, so... if you ask an IRC, we're a little bit behind. That's the beauty of the streams. So I think if we do a little close look, we can just double check the desktops. We can see our two participants. We have Peter L here. See his desktop. He's playing as the Velociraptor, I guess. I'm not sure what exactly. Raptor Reagan. And we have Reagan riding a raptor? Well, but I think it's more catchy. It's catchier to say Velociraptor. Reagan Raptor is pretty good. And Gynophage, of course, here with his custom phage up there in the corner. That's going to be his desktop. We're going to be flipping back between the two of those throughout the game as we watch how they do. We've got a challenge, a couple of challenges. Actually, it's a whole series of challenges. And so first, thanks to Fuzzle, who's, yeah, no, you're not doing all the challenges tonight. You don't have to worry about that, because I'm super lazy. Just one. We're going to do it nice and light. Just do one challenge and see how it goes. And then we'll see how it works. I'm giving them a VM on USB keys. So I'm going to give you this. And the challenge that you guys are going to be solving... Wait, I forgot which one. I know, I remember now. So I told them in advance that I was going to do something from an older DEF CON challenge. So back in the 2000, I don't know what did you call it before the 2010? Anyways, the older DEF CON challenges that are not that long ago. But we're going to go after tomato. Tomato. Anybody done tomato? That they want to admit? Neither one of them want to admit that they've solved it before, which is good because earlier they were both remembering details of other challenges that I could have picked. So they're each going to get the key. Go. They're going to run. They're going to go back. They're going to go close their doors. They're running. They're as soon as they close the door, I'll admit that I have no idea what's going on. I'm not nearly as well prepared as I should have been. So the audience is going to have to help now. So let's peek in. And also, I need to set up a split screen view because I think I forgot to do that, didn't I? Super well prepared. You can see this. Mr. Death. This is machine. We're gonna All right. Sorry about that. I think we killed OBS. Let's try this again. Um, there we go. Much better. Okay, so we did do this once before. We had a precursor run that we did not stream online. See there, I knew we'd get some nice figlets. We're gonna get motivational messages here from Gynophage, I'm certain. We also, I think we can get audio from them as well. Although it's gonna be, let me see here. Let's turn this down. Let's turn this up. All right, now if they send us audio, I think we'll actually get their audio sent through the stream. We'll see. You can't open my VM file. Oh.
What am I supposed to open?
VMware import OVF. Open version. You go to like import. Yeah, Gyno's already got his booted, so. Or you can use VirtualBox too. The trolling has started. So we talked about giving them, they could compete against each other. They could troll each other, and I think we're missing out that we did not do that. All right. So there we go. We're gonna look at each desktop now. Can see what they're both doing. All right. Uh-oh. What do we got here? Use VirtualBox. Not telling you. Oh, it's still working. Oh, well, we'll see what happens then. We're going to watch. All right, so, yeah, we may be watching the exciting import of a virtual machine as our first stage, which is about on par with most live CTFs. But, let's add some... I was talking to Tyler beforehand, and I said it was way less prepared. I mean, he didn't believe me. But now he does, I bet. Alright, so we got Gynophage over here. You can tell that because he's got the rainbow hate. And then we're going to add text. Peter L. Excellent question, and thank you for asking because I'm not doing a very good job commentating while I edit this. The question is why give them a VM and not binaries? So I absolutely could have just given them the binary and then had them work on that. Oh, let's get our video in so everyone can see the crowd here in this view. What's this? Yeah, he's trolling us. He probably has an external monitor. Then you can just Google over there on that one. So if he ever gets really still, we should like run in and try to catch him cheating on someone looking it up. Oh, excellent. DEF CON. Root DEF CON. That was not part of the challenge. The password is root, or the username is root. The password is DEF CON. Actually, that's pretty funny that that Gyno got that without even the hint. All right, so let's add in our video. The question earlier was, or huge. Let's shrink us down. There we go. Now we're itty bitty. You can do that, as what she said. They won't be able to hear you very well. This generally picks up me. So somebody in RC mentioned earlier that Immunix, man, Immunix, that's ancient. I doubt there are very many people who remember Immunix playing DEF CON CTF that are in live CTF. I wonder if anybody else is watching and actually remembers them. That's old school. Let's see. So the challenge. Yeah, again, so this virtual machine was created by Fuzzle, who built a VM of a FreeBSD box that has a whole bunch of challenges on it. And the idea was that he could practice all of them. He could test exploits out for a while when Team Hates Irony was completely overkill in the preparation for DEF CON. we had like a throwing framework and continuous integration testing, and so we used this box to test a bunch of the exploits. They were still working on things. So it's running like dozens of services. So the nice thing is we can use the same VM in other weeks, and we can test stuff out. So let's practice kind of flipping between the two on the stream. Probably can see a little bit better. I'll see Peter's screen's definitely got a bigger terminal font, so we can probably see him pretty easily. Um, he's getting his binary off. Excellent. He found the binary. So did anybody happen to watch that when he was finding it? But my guess is he probably just ran find on it um, and looked on it because the FreeBSD VM is only like 800 megs big, so it was relatively small. So you can actually just find space. I told because I told them the binary name was tomato. They knew what they were looking for there. Oh, we know how long his SSH key is. Oh, that's excellent. That's that was a complicated process there to copy stuff around. All right, good. So it's gonna get interesting. And while they're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up and show every. Oh wait, can I actually do that? Yeah, I can do that. If I can bring up a terminal. No, I don't have it set up, so I'm not gonna mess with it. But the challenge itself has a bunch of allocate. What? Oh, is his door open? Is he cheating? Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and just close both the doors. Although I think he's got headphones on, I can't hear. I'm not super worried about it. Now again, this is the part where, as I said before, I was way less prepared than I wanted to be. So I have an exploit, but I haven't even looked at it. So we're gonna have to figure this out as we go. It'll be an interesting challenge. But we're mostly gonna be watching them flipping back and forth, seeing what we can figure out about the two of them. We already know that the better version of the live CTF events are when we have 3 or 4 people who all know the answer. 2 of them would be on the microphone talking, and then 2 more would be watching just the cameras. So to give the stream a little bit of a context, we've got our little kind of entry room in my office here with a couple couches and a TV, but we've got the laptop that's doing the streaming right here. Oh, they can't actually see because I don't have the camera up, do I? Yeah. So we've got the laptop here on the wall that's looking out. We have the laptop running the virtual machines over here, and then we've got a monitor and a TV plugged into the same streaming laptop over there, so that the full screen captures that we're pulling from each of the participants can be seen. In fact, if we go to the split one, we can see video and we can see them. Somebody asked earlier about the streaming configuration. So we're using OBS to do the streaming. It's got a multi-platform one as well, so you can do it on OS X, which is nice. Although the problem with the Macs is that they don't have good hardware acceleration. So if you've got a laptop with a decent GPU, you can hardware accelerate the encoding, which is handy. And the OBS Windows supports that, as well as just the GPUs are better on Windows. So a good gaming laptop is actually better. Mike asked in RC if this is going to be recorded. It is. One of the reasons that we're using YouTube instead of Twitch is that Twitch, it makes it very easy to lose things. You have to remember to check a box, and it's not necessarily the default. And I think they don't even let you keep but a certain number of them, whereas YouTube wants all the videos of the world, clearly, because they're Google. So they will happily archive this, even if we wanted to delete it, I bet, because that's how they roll. Yeah, so the nature of this challenge is one of the kind of old school network based ponables. So you're supposed to exploit the service. You connect to it on a socket 6679 or 6689. They're probably going to be finding that out now. In fact, actually, he's trying to figure out what the port number is, so it'll be good. We can watch him do it. And I don't believe that's the port number he's looking for. So it's actually a little annoying because this VM has a bajillion different services running. The way that I found the port number earlier, yeah, NetStat's not going to give you the oh, he actually pulled that port number out of the binary, didn't he? Yeah, he actually pulled out of the binary, but that's not. I don't know what that number is. So these binaries are the old school style of DEF CON challenges. So they've kind of changed over the years, and these are the drop pris version, where the port number is encoded in the binary itself. So the newer ones use standard out and standard input to interact with the user, which is super nice for debugging because you can run it locally. But then if you put it inside of X9netD, X9netD will handle all the socket code for you. So they're a lot simpler kind of model, and that's kind of most of the challenges these days in the last couple of years have switched over to that. But these older ones, the nicer part is they don't have to guess what port number it's running on my box because they've got the same VM, um, the same binary, and the binary itself has the port that it's listening to on it. Although Peter apparently got that one wrong, so we'll see. We'll see when he figures that one out. If we flip over to Gynophage, actually, let's watch him a little bit. It looks like he's looking in IRC. So again, this is sort of one of the classic services where you interact with the service. In fact, it even tells you it's doing some malloc, so we know it's got some heap manipulation going on in the service. It's got a real simple little menu that gives you a couple of different choices of things that you can do. In fact, you can see right there, failed to realloc memory. So they've got their own. Yeah, so we've got. Oh, he's figuring out his port number. BD resize. Yeah, we're only looking at Gyno. We'll flip back to the split screen view. If anybody in IRC is watching and wants to chime in with whether or not they can see the font, if you've got a full 1080p, I think you should. These fonts should be. Yeah, Gynophage may not be visible, but Peter's cranked up his font size, so he should be a little bit easier to see. Let's do this. Make myself bigger. That's what. Yeah, it's totally asking for it. So the goal of the challenge is to exploit the service running on my box. Let's move this. Well, one, we'll see them do it, so we know that they did. Two, I should put a flag in the home folder, which I have not yet done. So I'm going to sneak over and do that at some point if it looks like they're actually getting close. I told you, I'm super prepared today. Really, really, really prepared.
What's the service do? What's the protocol?
The service is a text-based ASCII protocol. You, like I said, you interact. There's a little menu of choices. You can. Oh, yeah. So make sure if you're on IRC, don't give away any hints because they both are interacting on IRC. So Peter is visible. Gyno is not. Oh, he got highlighted. That's why he popped in. So if you really want to bug him, all you have to do is just say Gyno's name in IRC, and then he'll get distracted and come over and interact over there. But that's not nice. You shouldn't do that. So let's make these over here a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, if somebody wants to run into Gyno, I just mentioned if he could make his font size on the terminal a little bit larger, then that'll help out. We can kind of see them both a little bit better. I could probably make these bigger here too, and just overlap a little bit. We'll lose a little bit of that corner, but that's fine. Okay. All right. So the service itself, right? So this is a network-based clonable. So the idea is, again, we're going to watch them first find the bug. So they're in the finding phase, annotating structures in IDA, labeling what things are. Even though binaries have changed, there's a lot more 64-bit. You see a lot more ASLR and NX and protections. The bug finding portion itself tends to be, oh, good, people are trolling. No, I don't care about you guys that much. Kind of fish, yes. Excellent. So he's just doing the same message again. That's fine. We made him a little bit bigger on the stream, so hopefully that helps. Oh, he's gonna really troll us now. Yes. See, he's easy to troll because you get him like angsty, and then he'll go to great lengths to troll you. While Peter's actually in IDA doing what he's supposed to on the stream. So, if you're ever competing with Gyno in a CTF, now you know how to get into his head. There's not usually a lot of head games in CTFs, so maybe we should introduce more of those elements in live CTF if we get people kind of having them talk to each other would have been really good too. We were gonna set up like a team speak and let them troll each other, which could have been interesting. I'd expect Guy to do better at that. So, all right, for people watching the the stream, this one is difficulty-wise. So there was no point levels associated with this one because it was a DEF CON Finals challenge and not a Quals challenge. There's no explicit points. You know, the way DEF CON Quals works, everything is a 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 historically. And so you sort of knew about how hard something was. But being a finals challenge, there was just a bunch of binaries, and you know the number of points is determined based on how long you've exploited it, and how long it takes anybody else to exploit it and patch it, and all the fun that goes into that. So the scoring is very different. That said, this is intended to be one of the easier bugs, or at least when people worked on it, that they had an easier time of it. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I should turn the music up a little bit, and then I don't have to talk so much because it'll fill in the silence. Check that out. Except it doesn't fill it up in the room yet, so. Yeah, that's I was gonna do that earlier, but except it's a little complicated because it's running in this box. Usually this is where I would have a network, an IP address on the network. I don't actually see that on my VM. Again, super prepared. Alright. So let's see. Points to whoever finds the first interesting thing in the in IDA that the people reversing have not actually noticed yet. Is he actually in bind, by the way? I'm looking at Gynophage's IDA. Is he, oh, is he really trying to figure out all the structures for bind so he can figure out what port it listens on? Because you could just run it, kill it, and do a net stop before and after and diff the two. But, I mean, I guess you could do it that way too. Oh, what did he do? Did he? He just, yeah, that's right, he found the actual constant. And then, yeah, pulled it out. So he's, alright, so he's interacting with it. So, yeah, right now it looks like we got a little bit of a lead from Peter. There we go. So Peter's actually interacting with it. So we're going to flip over to look at him. You know, we can see him there. So the tomato service is kind of weird. Like, it has a bunch of, like, slang, so it doesn't tell you exactly what it's trying to do. But it looks like it's doing like a search and replace kind of operation. So you can put a whole bunch of quotes. Happy. Yes, we're so happy, Gynophage. Yeah, we gotta definitely want to get the Gynophage trolling. It's no good if we can't see how large he's made his font just to troll us. Again, easily distracted. He will happily focus on the trolling as opposed to the hacking. All right, let me. I'm gonna go back to my VM and get the server set up so we can interact with it here, and also so they can own it. Because if they had an exploit right now, they wouldn't be able to own it because the server is down. So we'll get that set up. The question is Peter ahead? And it looks like it. What's the end condition? Ooh, this is the era of the hack harder. Someone could go in and tell them to hack harder. Yeah. It ends. Alright, so Okay. So I think Peter's probably just going to assume that about the. There we go. All right. That was the information he needed. So again, apologies to people in IRC who are going to be confused about those messages until they hear the audio that catches up a little bit later. But it's all right. So yeah, he knows the end condition. The goal is just to pwn my server basically, and we're going to stop as soon as one of them solves it. So yeah, the question about the status is who's actually ahead. One of the things that we would like to do is actually have like little like automated detection and have like a little mile marker where you can tell where people are at. That's a little hard to automate that. I think that kind of the best case we could do would be have some sort of mile markers, like has found the bug. If we'll see them staring at the bug and either or commenting on or doing something indicates they found it. The next one would be like, have they got code execution of any sort, then they have working shellcode, so you can sort of break it up and have little kind of mini markers. Oh, I see why that's not working. Let's try this instead. Alright, let's reboot the VM. So let's see if that VM comes up with the right IP address this time. And we'll see who we want to go spy on now, who looks good to watch. So this looks like the command prompt parsing, maybe? In Gyno's window here. Oh, he's circling something. I think he's going to name this vulnerable function maybe here. Oh, set up socket. Oh. Why was he highlighting 20 then? It is nice that they're naming functions for us. That actually helps. There is not a no hexraise rule, other than the fact that neither one of them have a legal copy of hexraise with the decompiler on it right now, and so they are doing the legal thing and using it without hexraise. So that is as they do every day of their life. They would clearly be gentlemen of upstanding virtue and integrity, not willing to besmirch their good name by engaging in foul acts of software piracy. What's that? Plus their parents would kill them. They're both adults, gainfully employed even. Alright, where is my mouse cursor? Oh, let me set the VM. Yeah, did it really not get an IP address? No, it's really not getting an IP address. Awesome. So I'm gonna go with FreeBSD instead of VirtualBox. It's awful, and I'm gonna have to set some port forwarding. Oh, if anyone would like, by the way, I think I might switch the audio input over to the camera's mic, and then everybody can chime in if they want, and we can have a group interaction time. Is that you guys like really excited by that? Which is to say they don't. All right, let's get back to our split view. Yeah, the quality of the microphone clearly is not as good on the webcam versus that is the important bit. Awesome. VMware is not giving an address out. I'm willing to turn the music down if it means that you guys get to participate and everyone gets to hear your voice in the stream. Alright, let's go back to this one then. So yeah, the real race that nobody in the stream or on the IRC can see is that will I have the server up and running before they have the exploit running? That may be the actual race of the day. Let's see if we can figure out who's doing what based on the stream. So looking at the two of them, definitely see Gynophage still in that main jump table, that switch statement there. They're doing the usual, go through the binary, reverse engineer it. I think if we had to make like the highlights reel of a live CTF on any service that was more than just write too many bytes to a stacked buffer, you'd probably skip the first few minutes because watching people in IDA is not nearly as interesting as watching them actually exploit stuff. Yes, Pi, this is being recorded, so you will be able to see this after the fact. The same YouTube link that is in the title bar now that you can watch it on, I think will also be the one that the whole thing will be available to watch on later. Which is the reason we're using YouTube instead of Twitch. Alright. Let's see what we've got. Oh, the other thing. Yes, YouTube does record by default. Thank you for answering. So I don't know where they should be going, actually. I do have that over here, and that was, let me see here. Oh, our music got quiet again. Let's turn up the volume of... that volume tracking skill a little better. Thanks to SoundCloud and Creative Commons licensed music, by the way, for music we can listen to while hopefully not getting banned for copyright infringement on YouTube. We'll find out, unless somebody slips something in and then labeled it, tagged it wrong in SoundCloud. Okay. Yeah, it needs to be new rules about minimum font size in both IDA and the terminal for how to make that work. We could also kind of like auto switch between the two, right? We just stick on one for a little while. It is a lot easier to see when you've got just one for a little bit. Peter named a function bullshit. Alright. Tell us what you really feel. Yep, and we got Gyno again still. He's trying to, okay, so bring us quotes so we can be someone put this stuff into place. Alright, so I think we've got a server up and running, and I think we've got an exploit on it. So let's go interact with it on the stream. Let me set that up. Oh, now it's naming it. Oh, wow. Oh, excellent. This is a later year than I thought it was one of the earlier years. Yeah, that's awesome. His waist. Oh, did I have that one on the stream? Which one were we looking at? Oh, we were looking at Gyno, so we just missed, unfortunately, Peter, which is not the interesting bit. The interesting bit, oh, the music's too loud. Turn the music down. Yeah, Peter just found that this is one of the, or at least he thinks it is, and it may be. I need to go double check. Yeah, let's go ahead and upload the binary. We'll put this online when I'll get it for other people to play with as well. Oh, we should let people race remotely, and then with like a 30-minute head start, they can still beat them. That'd be amazing. We should totally do that. All right. Alright, I'm pulling that binary now, so we'll go ahead and drop a link to that in chat. Alright. There's a link for people that want to play. Let's... Oh, yeah, that's a good question. So which settings, like, is the binary executable stack? Is it ASLR? Let's go look at that. Hey, we may actually have a server up too. Let's go check that out. Alright. Alright. So, any progress? How are we going spotting what they're up to? So I do still in the RE phase. Pleased to be making the comments. Tanks me tank. No, so they're not doing any kind of behavioral stuff with it right now. They're really just pure static analysis, it looks like, for the most part. I guess I take that back. Yeah, Peter's been throwing A's. Yeah, it's catching most of these. Okay, I take that back. Peter is doing a little bit of that, isn't he? So he's interacting with it. And if you look, that little command prompt that they show you when he brings it back up again in the lower left is like the possible commands you can type. You can like add the messages, you can change them, you can do the operations on it. So that plus the malloc message is the beginning, you know, sort of the classic heap-based bug. And so my guess is probably a you know, linked list overwrite where you're going to get a 4-byte write out of it. So I think let's go. Oh, if somebody can keep an eye out too for the port number 2. Was it 6391? Yeah, there it is. Okay. The pi is a lie. No canary, no pi with an X. Ah, there we go. Thanks, folks in IRC. Yeah, folks in IRC are helping out and explaining to us about the permissions, so appreciate you guys checking that out. I'm getting the so that can actually get to the real VM. Alright. So 6397. 6397? 6391. Thank you. Okay. 6391 is the port number. Now I need to port from my machine. Oh wow, SOCAT's -H option just added a whole bunch of help commands lately. That's really handy. SOCAT listen. So we got a debugging session. Ooh, at least he's got the pretty GDB prompt too. It's kind of handy. All right. Because I just remembered the VM I gave them, I copied my RC files into. So they're using my RC files. Yeah, the question is, wait a minute, he's running this in the VM he just got. How does he have a pretty prompt? And the answer is because I already preloaded it with some RC files and then forgot I did so. So Peter's, so again, stepping back and looking at the approaches, Peter's got it up under a debugger. He's interacting with it, setting breakpoints. Gynophage, on the other hand, is already starting straight into the Python, so he's getting his Python able to kind of interact with it. This one, from looking at the exploit that I've got from somebody else who did it, they don't need a whole lot of logic, so those, you don't have to do any kind of read, like interactive read-write kind of values. You're not leaking a memory back. So yeah, as was pointed out already in IRC, like has no protections turned on basically. So, or it does have NX though. You sure it has NX? I don't think the NX. I think NX is not real. In fact, does FreeBSD even support NX out of the box? I want to say it might not. I don't remember. Alright, so we're seeing them interact with it. I think they're now getting a sense of the binary though. You can see they're definitely working on the functions, getting them labeled. Kind of. The good news is once they move on to the exploit, there's not a lot of trickery. So now here's a question then for IRC. If you guys want to exploit this without any, yeah, somebody else chimed in. They don't think FreeBSD does NX as well. Matt, this is Cyphertext talking. I'm the one talking. Or Jordan. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm not actually playing. I'm just watching them. We may have them mic'd up later where they can talk through what they're thinking as they do it, but we've got a seg fault. Ooh, this is very good. All right, so now we got ourselves. We're getting closer. This is fun. Let's go ahead and flip over. Somebody keep an eye on. Gyno's looking at something on a different screen. I think, yeah, he looks to be up to some shadiness. Let's go look at, like, that screen is too still for him to be legit. Somebody should just go walk in there and be like, "Hey man, how's it going? What's out near the screen?" Go around the front, look in the window. Let's see if. An Abercrombie model? Yeah, sorry. I thought I should have worn a CTF shirt, but no. Alright, so Peter's getting close. Ooh! Alright, so we have Gyno's in the debugger as well. You know what? Actually, I think that Gyno's what? We gotta do this. I'm not sure. Did that work? There we go. Sorry about that. For some reason, OBS likes to forget the window name sometimes. Like, no windows changed between me changing views and then decided I didn't want to show it. So they claim that FreeBSD does support it. So we should, we may have to have them deal with it. I don't think they're looking at the payload that I was looking at earlier. I don't think they have to deal with it. So let me see why that might be. And actually, I better hurry and get my VM up because my port forwarding isn't working right now. Yeah, that shouldn't have disconnected the stream though. It would have just like, oh, it would have just show like a black like connection screen. Yeah, yeah, that was from my machine to him. And yeah, I don't know why I did that. Actually, I might have an idea. Kill that. That might help it. All right. Alright, so I have port forwarding over SSH because that seemed like the reasonable thing to do. Okay, so now we've got Peter already editing his exploit. Alright, he's building it up. So he's definitely in the lead, although I don't know what Gyno's doing. Because I think he's off in another window, I think. I think he's got his, he may have opened his laptop two screens. So yeah, we can see. Now I will say that I told Peter that he should use Pwn Tools for like the first time. And he's like, I've never used it before. I'm like, it'll be fine. You should totally just use it. So if he's, it looks like he was using a library to do that, which would be pretty funny. And yeah, Gyno is Nida now. All right. So while they're doing that, I do need to let them know where the. I don't know if Peter's even in IRC right now. I forgot the dash capital G SSH option. Capital G or lowercase g? There we go. Yeah, remote host to connect to local forwarded ports. So the question for the stream, for the audience here, how many different heap formats are there? I mean, like there's, you know, obviously different heap allocators out there. So how does Peter know how so quickly what to write? One answer is because he did it behaviorally. He crashed it first, and so he already knows what he was overwriting. And I didn't happen to see it, but if he's already identified the allocate and free, or if it's using like a system standard one, he may have just known from that. But if they've written their own, actually, I feel like they've written their own, because I thought I remember. No, I take that back. That was a different function. I think Gyno was looking in. Oh, interesting. So he named a buffer overflow buffer. Yeah. So he thinks he's got it. One he did have a crash, so I definitely would say at this point. Yeah, so now Gynophage is getting into the fun of networking and port forwarding a VirtualBox, which is pretty awful to try to get. That's a good question. He may also just be exploiting it from within the VM. I'm not sure. Did he SSH into the VM and then from there run the exploit, or is he? Yeah, so if he's running his in the VM, that'll work fine, because then he can just copy and paste his payload out of it. He wouldn't need to worry about the port forwarding, and then he can just run it remotely on my box. What we may just do is, if they get it working on their box, since they're running the exact same VM as mine, we're just going to call it. We're not going to make them throw it over here. Partly because I'm not sure my port forwarding is working. It looks like it. Yeah, it's only listening on loopback, which is, oh. Yeah, the screen's getting quiet. Oh no, a hexadecimal. Peter has made a horrible mistake. Has he realized it yet? Alright. Oh, Peter has typoed in his hexadecimal error. So he's, yeah, named his overflow buffer. Yeah, that is a little small. Yeah, he needs to make his IDA font a little bigger. His terminal, I think, is fine, but his... Actually, in IRC, if you guys want to comment, I'm curious. Could you turn up the mic on the in-house question? Oh, yeah, I apologize. I need to in-house questions. Yeah, we don't have the extra here, and so I have a headset on, which... Testing. Can you guys hear me okay? Actually, wait a minute. Turn that up. Turn that up. Can you hear, first of all, can you hear my voice okay on the stream? Is the first question. And then secondly, yeah, we know that nobody else in the room is audible when they ask questions. That was kind of a feature, not a bug. I just need to remember to repeat them when they ask or when they make comments. Yeah, you can hear laughter, but not much. I can, let me see about checking volume. Okay, cool. Thank you for confirming you can hear. Well, it depends on what he's doing, right? So his payload, yeah, he needs to make that way bigger. If he's, so I don't think he'll need actually that many send and receives because the way that they're doing parsing on most of these old like receive until stuff, they'll just like keep eating a whole bunch of stuff, and so I think he'll probably be okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I gotcha. So he's got his, okay, so right now his Python has, okay, good. Yeah, we turned the volume up just a little bit on the mic. He has turned up, excuse me, Peter has gone back, got his interactive shell. I think he kind of got a little lost in the noise as he was rewriting his exploit. There we go. Sweet, he's going to Google PwnTools code. This will be good, because it's super easy to, I remember seeing like, there's just like an option you pass in to make it null safe. Let's see if he does it that way, if he says it does, see if he does it a different way. Yeah, so we're kind of handicapping him a little bit because we told him like, here, you should use PwnTools literally 5 minutes before we started. So this will be a good exercise to see how well he does. Yeah, I think it's worth it. It really is. It's a pretty good library, and honestly, last time when we did like the little trial run of this earlier with Rusty and Gynophage, the two of them both struggled for so long to do null by safe cell code that even if it takes him 10 minutes to get the library up and running, it's still faster than last time. So I hope he goes that route. We'll see. Yeah, that's the space in the bash injection was a different bug. So let's see. Let's go back to the split screen too, and so we can see if you guys have a preference in IRC about watching, whether you want to do the split screen or whether you want to do one or the other. We'll probably stick a little more with Peter. Oh, he's looking for an old shellcode payload from Ghost in the Shellcode. That's funny. Alright. Alright, so the goal for this, which we started late, but the goal was to be right about an hour's length for this one binary. So I think we'll probably be a little bit over, but we've at least got Peter making progress on a crash. And Gynophage is popping out for water. All clear. Come out for water. Oh no. Yeah, all clear. I probably should have clarified there. 4K 3D stream. I'm not sure what a 3D stream is going to get you. Minority Report IDA interface. Uh-oh. All right, he's got his null clean shellcode. Wow. All right, yeah. Ooh, it's a good thing I waited until after. Is his door closed? All right. Can you look at that? If that door right around the corner, Justice? Yeah. Okay, thanks. All right. Yep. All right, let's go back in. Cause I definitely say at this point that we got a distinct. Oh, did he really? Yeah, he did. Oh, that's hilarious. Because he did. He gave him crap earlier. And he's like, oh, no, forget this VirtualBox crap. So he's actually bringing it back up in VMware as well. So, yeah, again, the other thing he could have done was just SSH'd in, did what Peter did, where he just did it all locally. Then he'll copy the payload back out. I think Peter is doing the Python stuff even remotely, isn't he? I think he's just SSH'd in. He SSH'd into the box, and then he's VI and editing and running Python. No, that's a good point. There's no Pwn tools inside that VM, so maybe he is running that from outside. So that may be a VMware has a setup. So he's got EBX. Yeah, what register control? Oh, I missed it. Too fast. Which register control he had? Oh, that's a good size. There we go. That was nice of Gynophage. Yeah, if you take out Gynophage's 5-10 minute trolling disadvantage that he took trying to mess with us, then he's yeah, he edited the file way behind as his file. He knows he's got some time to make up. Now that said, it's entirely possible to catch up.
Peter's shellcode, I assume, reads the string from the end of it and tries to execute it. That's why he's able to just type text at the end of the shellcode.
Did he actually just put it in bin bash? Yeah. So the way most a lot of these oh, here we go. He's actually gonna do it the right. He's gonna read the Pwn tools documentation on it. The reason he's probably typing text at them is because a lot of them will run the command. They'll just do a syscall for exec, but they'll do a jump and then a call backwards to get the pointer to that string into in the pop off into whatever register you want. And so that's how they'll actually get the port of the string. So we're gonna go ahead and flip over to Gyno while peruses the Pwn tools documentation, which is probably the right choice. Ooh, now see here the difference is to do. Yeah, Gyno likewise knows that he needs to spend a little more time with the library that does a lot of this fun stuff for you. Shellcraft, that's right. Microwave shellcode, easy, fast, and delicious is the Pwn tools docs that Peter is reading. Is he gonna? Where does payload go? Yeah, there it was. Go back. And actually, probably manually check the docs in line. Although I think the help doc that he was looking at for Pwn tools, the main Pwn tools documentation is the same thing as the help inside the interpreter. So I think his shellcode may not be right, and he's still trying to generate nop strip new lines. Oh, that's a way to make inline assembly. I don't know. Let's go back to actually. So Gyno's still working on his socket because the VirtualBox VM is. That is one slight disadvantage that we switched him over to FreeBSD. I guess in hindsight, what we'll probably do next time we do it is they'll have the VM up and we'll just need to give them the binary then afterwards to put in the VM, just so they can test the networking. They can run it. They can run their service from this week, for example, on the binary. They know it's working, and then we'll let them hop in and do that. So let's see. Right now we've got Gyno looking through his port list, trying to find if it's listening or not. It is indeed listening. On TCP 6. Does it also work on 4? Or did it fail to bind on 4? That's weird. Alright, let's go back here. How's the audio in the stream? I may actually, the music looks like it's a little loud, but it's also nice to have background music, so. And Falk should watch the stream and not be messaging me on Google Hangouts about Nerf guns. Just saying, Falk, if you're on the stream. A former live CTF contestant who is one of the few brave people to take Geohot on, even if it ended poorly for him. So, gotta give him credit. Alright, so let's flip over. So it looks like... So Peter's first just going to test and see if he's actually getting a breakpoint. Which seems unlikely. If this is a right what where, he's not going to be able to just execute without overwriting a pointer from his binary.
Why isn't his CC placed in the shellcode if he's trying to test if the shellcode's executing it properly?
So it actually is. Also, I definitely don't think that ASM... Oh, I see what you're saying. He's going to take this yeah, use the assembler shellcraft to make the shellcode in the ASM. Oh, wow. PwnTools has a hilarious loading bar. That is... I've not seen that before. That's interesting. Yeah, I've never actually used PwnTools. Do what I say, not what I do. The question was, is Peter still winning? I think so, because I think at this point he's the only one who's gotten a crash out of it. We haven't even seen Gyno get a crash. So I think he's... Okay, so I think he may be doing earlier what I suggested and running it inside the VM, even if it's awful because of my vimrc was not tested inside FreeBSD. That's pretty terrible, so just so everybody else can appreciate how awful this is. The scrolls are the best part of PwnTools, says Dimmer. Yeah, it turns out port forwarding was hard. Superstats enjoying the trouble they're having with networking. Like, of all the things, like, these are guys that are reverse engineering a binary, finding, like, vulnerability, and then can't get networking with VMware up and going, which is pretty awesome. And they're both fighting with it. To be fair, the only way I get it working on my VM as well, I think that VM is, it should be working fine. I don't know why VMware wouldn't be switching it over to a bridged wasn't working, but that was a nice comment for everybody in the room. The IRC just mentioned P32 and U32 replaces struct.pack, which is interesting. I haven't seen those before, so I'll have to check those out too. I think it's still there. It's just there's sort of a newer way of doing it. P32 and U32. Is that PwnTools specific, or is that P32 U32 just newer Python isms? Let's see what they say. All right. So how are we doing here? So yeah, it's Gyno's is readable if it's full. So he's gonna try to send. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So there goes Peter trying to set his network adapter. Share with my Mac. We could just tell them to like SSH from inside outside with port forwarding turned on to allow it back inside, which is ugly as sin, but works. Oh, okay, it's PwnTools specific.
Now he's just having a problem with his tool connector to run it, which seems silly because it's on another machine. Oh, maybe because he's running Python from his outside the VM. And he's running. I think he's trying to run Python inside the main VM.
So why don't we have somebody volunteer to go into each of them and tell them that there's a hint we're giving them both because they're both the networking is the trouble, that they SSH from inside the VM -D -G capital R port number colon the IP of the VM colon port number. I'm gonna give them a message in IRC of what they should do. Yeah, IRC. That's probably better. I don't think Peter is, so we'll have to like. Yeah.
Just bear with me here. 6D, IE,
etc.
you know the rest.
Is Peter in chat? Should I point him to it?
He may not be in chat, in which case I will write it down, and you can show him the note there too. Yeah, we don't want them struggling with networking as a primary portion of the feed.
FreeBSD disable firewall. Peter just Googled it.
Oh, that could be it too. No, that one should be off. Okay. That's the same thing I put in chat, barring typos. I won't be able to see if they typo it, so. Oh, good. Give that to Peter. And I'm actually going to go in and tell Gyno about it. That it's on chat. Actually, I'll just highlight him. He's giving me a hard time about using Vagrant because that was his suggestion for how to do it. He did. And promptly he told me he would ignore it. Alright. So, it looks like they're both cheating on their phones right now. Both screens are very quiet.
Not only do they not have a working exploit, they also can't actually connect to the server on your box.
No, they're totally not going to be able to get one on my box. That's just not going to work. Yeah. So, this is really, I'm telling you, very well prepared.
It's on their box.
Well, they can if they just type the command I gave them. They totally can. So I helped them with that problem at least. If they want it.
The one running on their box have a key.
Yeah, no. If they get a shell, we'll see it and we'll cheer and we'll call it. Yeah, that we don't need quite the scoring infrastructure of a regular CTF, given that we can watch their screens.
That was really cool. What I now want all of it to be projected on the whole wall.
Waiting for somebody to have their little icons
Oh wow.
to show that they weren't on their phone.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Somebody in IRC caught the bug. I didn't notice that at all. No, not the vulnerability. Why they can't connect to it. Thank you, Supersat. That was. No, he didn't say. He sent it to me in a direct message. Yeah, so that was the right way to do it. And he probably said that a while ago, and I just now noticed. I'm actually gonna look when that was. Yeah, that was like 5 minutes ago. Supersat totally nailed it. So, does anybody remember what was unusual about a certain period of the GD Tech years at DEF CON finals? Networking related? It was only IPv6. Yeah, this was an IPv6 year, which is kind of obvious in hindsight. Remember, they was looking through the netstat, and I was like, oh, it's on v6, but it's not on v4. Right. So that's all they literally need to do is connect 6 instead of connect 4 on there, and that's the problem. Although the funny thing is, the SSH hack will also work because SSH will actually forward it to the v6 one transparently. So that's why my forward worked, and I just didn't notice that was why at the time when I was playing with it. My hint worked. My hint wasn't working for the right reason. Oh yeah, if he keeps ignoring it, he's gonna. Um. Yeah. I think we should just tell them both though, because again, I'm not interested in seeing them troubleshoot networking issues. Yeah. All right. He came out that he was like, "You're my writing and the context." He just didn't quite get the full context of my hint, which is sort of wrong anyway. So we're telling them both right now. Yeah, just so everybody on stream knows, we're telling them both. Like it's V6. Oh, good. He's fine then. He already knew that. That's really totally. We'll let you. All right. Well, let's watch Gyno and all his. See how much. With his. He does have a debugger up, but I only see a sig pipe. That's not interesting. Okay, so he's got his debugger attached. And all right, so let's see if Peter the netcat v6. Wait, is he trying to connect to his own IP? Yeah, yeah. The comment from the audience was, number one, you should be copying and pasting an IPv6 address. You don't handwrite. Is he going to fix like one typo by hand again? Yeah. Oh man, really? And the copies and the paste. Actually, he can't if it's from the VMware one though. If he was actually doing it from the window on the left, which is VMware. All right, and Gynophage went to the shockingly bright VM. Yeah, so that makes sense. Again, this is like the classic privs binaries. So when you do that PS, you see multiple of them. And again, it makes it like annoying because when you want to attach to it and debugging it, it's super irritating. So that's handy. Alright, so how are we doing now? So we're seeing... Yeah, we can go back to the stream and we can see when Gyno added that 6 to his AFINET 6. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we'll determine exactly how much he did. He did know that. He may have already, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the stream's nice because, like, can't lie, everybody sees where everyone's at. We know what's going on. Yeah, like, bing, yeah, figure out the connect to the service, and you'd think that's always an easy one, and then you forget it's IPv6. Yeah. So to be fair, if he had actually known that, we probably should have helped him out with it. That maybe I bet that's also why that VirtualBox wasn't working. VirtualBox probably just doesn't support v6. Yeah, it's a thing, but I don't know if he needs to or not. Specify the interface. So let's show everyone. The question is, yeah, so it's EM, M as in Mary, inside the previous DVM, but it's EN as in Nancy inside of OSX. because they've named their interfaces differently. And so it looked like he was on. So defcon is the prompt for his VM, and scroop is the prompt for his box. So how old is this binary from which defcon CTF? This is actually not as old as I thought it was. This is not a Kenshoto binary. This must be assuming. Actually, no. It's not a DD type backdoor because Peter labeled something a DD type backdoor. But yeah, he did, which is probably good to abandon that. But I don't know. This is actually from. I think this is actually from 2007. No, I think this is actually Kenshoto. I think it is a Kenshoto binary. Oh no. It was DD. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's right. It wasn't the first year. No, it's either the second or third year of DD Tech. So it should totally be a format string bug then, is basically what we should be all assuming. Because all of the bugs, DD Tech's third year, were format string bugs. Yeah, actually, it's not a format string bug, though, so that's interesting.
That was the joke, wasn't it? How would they format string harder? Make it IPv6. So is he assuming that show could work and he's having a hard time connecting Netcat to?
Yeah, right now he's got his Python written up with the right offsets, and he's just trying to connect it to run the exploit. I don't. So. Oh, there's Netcat 6. Or is it just Netcat? He was doing, well, he was using Netcat dash 6. Or is it NC6? I guess I would have told him if it was the wrong one. Yeah, you get dash 6 forces it to use v6 addresses only. Netcat v6, yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's probably the right. Actually, let's see. Oh, yep. Although I just noticed that I got my theming wrong in the CapTF link. So I'm going to go finish that. From within the VM. Threading it from within the VM. Now he does have copy and paste, so we could do it that way. Oh yeah, that's what he's. Yeah, I could take the send and receives. So, to be fair, this is the part where I said I was less prepared, and so if I would have remembered the v6 part, I would have definitely not wanted them to waste as much time on it. Alright, so. Oh no, the 520. He has OX 508, and it should just be decimal 508.
Yeah, he did a length in Python and then copied.
Oh,
Forgot the OX.
import command F, because he didn't put a shebang BinEnv Python.
Shouldn't he be searching for feedback with the shell ever executed? Does he know at this point it's not working? Like he has this error. Does he have any feedback?
Does
Or tries to execute?
Peter have feedback on? So right now, the error he got, his Python's not even running as Python right now. So he needs the bang hash BinEnv. Yeah. Import command not found. That's weird. Maybe there's something wrong with the first line in my file. Just Python space? Come on. He's looking at the last line, right? He's looking at instead of the first error. I want to see them. Okay, here we go. So now it's interesting. They've sort of converged to the same point now. So if we go back over to Gyno. And just always Python space, yeah.
You always Python.
Oh wow, this is painful.
Wouldn't have run into this problem. I always shebang and I always, I don't know why. I just hate typing.
Oh, shh. Don't give it away. We had the audience groaning here. Oh no! So just watch. He's gonna run Python space that, and he'll have no idea why it's not working, or like why it does work and it doesn't work sometimes. Oh, this is painful.
This is the first time that I've seen something like this.
First time I've known the answer to something they're doing. That really sensitive.
All right. The audience here was very happy that they were ahead of the participants. They knew exactly what to do and were enjoying watching the struggle. So, yeah, I think that was one of the fun lessons learned from even like GeoHot, who's arguably the best solo CTF player out there. And I don't think anybody would actually argue with you on that. But he still makes a bunch of mistakes, and you know you can still see it. So, wait, what just happened? Oh, that did a highlight. All right, so where are we at? Oh man, still waiting on Peter to. Okay, no, this is good. This is good. He now, no, it's gonna still say it just once. Does it? Oh, yeah.
Now he's gonna get it now.
We can be not found. Watch, it's gonna work. Python import socket, it's gonna work.
Yep.
Okay. So why? So this is why I think for future versions too. Oh wait, did he get it? He's typing with confidence. Yes, he did. All right. No, if we clap, Gynophage will think that it's done. So we don't want to clap. But yes. All right. Yes. There. We just had a raffle Peter in IRC. Yeah, you're on FreeBSD. ENV. Yeah, use your BinEnv space Python. No, whatever. It'll work. CTF. All right. So he's finally interacting with it. Now he can port in his payload. That actually. Oh, he still hasn't realized his size is off though. He's got the size. So in the meantime, let's flip over to Gynophage and see where he's at on this whole thing.
Guy knows. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Peter's about to figure out his error.
I don't think so. No. He's not going to see it. He's not going to see it. Yeah, so let's flip back over and watch Peter. Yeah, he's...
And what is the final way he calculated a length from static analysis?
Yeah, the question from the audience was, how did he know what the right length was? So you said he copied and pasted.
He did it live, and he took all the A's and copy pasted the length on that one, and it was 5.
Oh, so he just manually typed it until it did it.
In the script, and it was like backspace 0x some other number,
Okay.
and then wrote in the 512, and then correctly subtracted 4.
Except not, because if you're subtracting 4 from a hex number from 12, it doesn't go back to 08. Oh, it was decimal at the time when you did the math. Okay.
Final copy paste was hex accidentally.
IRC is equally glad that the solution of the Python is solved.
Python gate.
On the rest of this, yeah. All right. We do actually need to call the end of this by 9 if we're not going. We may have to have somebody who wants to take over. If anybody wants to take over.
Who has to? You
No, I don't. Gyno's got to leave in about 20 minutes. So hopefully we get a solution before then. They're both. Well, I mean, yeah, you know. Yeah, it's just waiting for a solution to come through. All right, let's see. So let's do some side by sides. Again, IRC, if you have a preference in side by side versus splits, if it's not even all that usable, let me know. Yeah, I doubt Gyno's is currently visible right now, but he's got. Well, actually, Gyno's sending 512 bytes. He's sending 512 A's, so he's got basically the same buffer.
Functions are all totally different.
Oh,
For what he's selecting in the tree is completely different. So he has C, A, M, and he was running different commands. So I don't know if he's guessing or if he just has different paths to it. And he might have reached those through static analysis. But Peter got through it. We'll see that he pulled past it fine quite a bit.
Yeah, so hopefully Peter's going to find his bug here soon. He's, again, just a recap for the audience or in case you joined, we are working on Tomato, a DEF CON 19 challenge from 2011. Thank you for IRC for helping track that down because I was a bad host and wasn't prepared this week. And the interesting bits about this particular year of the DEF CON finals were that the organizers decided to throw everyone for a loop. Actually, I think they threw everyone for a loop. Was this the first? Yeah, this was the first year of V6. I forget. They did like 3 years. I think their year 2, 3, and right. Yeah, 2, 3, and 4 were all V6. But their second year, they thought they were gonna mix it up and mess with everybody. Oh. No. We thought maybe that Peter was just about to catch his bug. So, I think I can stylus sort of. Shh. Audience in the room was really hoping that Peter was going to catch his bug there. He's got a hex 508 instead of a decimal 508 because he copied and pasted wrong from a previous iteration of his exploit he was working on. Yeah, I had the stylus. I had like an annotation thing earlier, but I don't know. Actually, I guess I don't have an easy way to do that right now. Wait, there we go. I don't know if this shows up or not. I have a mouse cursor over it, but I don't think it shows. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah.
What do you think about
Yeah.
doing this? They're both working the same one, but they're trying to help each other over chat. Like we can hear their.
Yeah. So the question is what if we let them do it collaboratively? And I actually think that's a great idea. Why don't we tell them right now to join forces, and we'll watch them both. Seriously, just. How can they talk to each other? We need to be able to hear them. That's true. We can. they can come out here and sit on the couch, the laptops, and we can still watch the screens as we hear them. We can do it collaboratively to finish it off.
But would it help them?
Well, they're both pretty close.
They're in different
I think what they would do is one would stop one and then just
I
both
mean, they have very similar.
it's just different.
I think that would induce just more time.
More. The debate is: do we join them together to let them work together? I'm not. No, I'm not convinced he does. I think Peter's got a lot more than that, actually. The problem is he getting a seg fault, but he's getting it on a scroll. What was that? Scroll down. Scroll down. EBX. Oh, he did a length check. Did he? He's breakpointing it. Yeah. Oh, that buffer's way bigger than it should be. I wonder why. So weird. So no, but look though. The problem is that. No, it was always EBX. The problem is, I think, again, from looking at the other old exploit I saw for it, it looked like it was like a 4-byte write, and so I think that they're still a little ways off because they've got to pull out the GOT entry, they've got to overwrite that, they've got to put it to the buffer of their payload. Although that's at least not ASLR'd. And again, I think it's not NX, but I didn't look closely at the exploit. So I think they've got a ways to go in that regard. EIZ? No such thing? Where was that? Was it in EIZ? What is EIZ? What in the world was that? Anybody in IRC know what EIZ is? I have no idea. Huh. Oh, and just for kicks, if I do this to annotate over here, does the stream see it? Whee! It shows in the preview.
Or when he first connected the Gyno's computer, he took over his mouse. Hopefully that's not happening now.
No, I can't actually click on him. Yeah, but the weird thing is I don't see my mouse cursor on Gyno's when I try to select his. I only see it on Peter's. So I can annotate on Peter, but not on Gyno. Alright, let's go back to split. Oh, never mind. Apparently they couldn't see the mouse cursor on that either. Oh well. Somebody on IRC can actually use Google, unlike us watching the stream, just speculating. EIZ is a pseudo register that just evaluates to 0 at all times. So I think that's just GDB. Thanks, Simplicio. Alright. So, yeah, my concern is we still got a ways to go. I think we're gonna... So we can mic them up and let them sit here, turn the lights on, get a spot on the couch, and work together if we want to see if they can do it in the next 15 minutes together. Let them buddy program, and I'll switch a mic. I can switch a mic from this over to the room mic so we could hear that.
Will we be able to still stream it?
We'll still.
Connection we can type this? So you can still see the live stream from the laptop here?
If they sit in the couch, if they're they'll switch to wireless, and I'll just reconnect. Yeah, so we can watch them do it together, and we can hear them yell at each other. All right, let them know that we're switching the mode because of time, and we're gonna have them join together. All right, somebody get the lights right here. Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, we should. We should. We want to have them finish it out. All right, so we'll leave it on split. Yeah, exactly. Extreme exploiting. That is the nice thing about having everybody in the same room. I guess we could do like a TeamSpeak or something too. My hair is super busted. That's funny. All right, we're gonna invite them in, put them on our little couch here, unless they feel like they're really close. We're gonna have them do that part together, and I'm gonna switch my audio.
Yay, we both lost.
You both are gonna be winners eventually, maybe. All right. Um, let me see here. I gotta rearrange to make the desktops bigger. Uh, yoink. Okay. Um, so I'm gonna make the camera off and just make the video bigger now, so we can see desktops more. There we go. All right, we're back now. I had to kill the audio for a little bit. We had a little. Yep. Sorry for the mic muted period. We were debating. Um, we were explaining to the participants our suggestion, and they had a counter proposal, which is they'll join together, but they're staying in the back, so they're gonna work there, uh, on on the challenge. All right, so we should see more progress now on their screens. We dumped them in the same room. We're gonna let them collaborate, debate, and discuss what they were doing. Although if yeah, that's true. Yeah, and that's the other thing is that having somebody else to kind of correct your errors will be helpful. So we'll see how the extreme edition goes here. Move my little text. See, like this is all the interesting stuff. They're in there talking about what they want to do now. All right, let me see if I can go convince them to be on audio again. All right. Yeah, the sound was the music kept going. We just muted the mic for a second. We were having some offline discussions. So they're gonna keep working. We're gonna wait and see. Like they're collaborating now, so we'll wait and see. Oh, now this is interesting. All right, Gyno's actually. Let's do this. Let's send Peters to the back. Um, because actually let's just go straight to Gyno full screen here. Um, So he's actually, they actually are pretty close now, or at least working together. They're, I don't know where the ideas come from, but they've got a, was that a God entry? Yep, they got a, so yeah, they're really close. Maybe we shouldn't have interrupted. We could have let him go. It's still much better because it takes like one little bug, like missing bin Python or 0x or IPv6 to kind of throw you off. So this will be good. This should be a quick ending. Yeah, they're both actually working, so we can actually, let's go back to see how they work side by side. And this is a good workflow too, right? So this is how we tend to do it. Like if like one person's in GDB on keyboard throwing, and then somebody else is in IDA, like figuring out offsets and looking stuff up. They got entries, reading, the addresses off. So they've kind of naturally fallen into that. Where we've got Gyno on keyboard, and Peter is kind of, I think, probably directing and suggesting what pointer it is they want to overwrite and where their buffer's at. So they need to put the what, and they need to put the where. And then did Gyno already have the null clean shellcode? I think he did. I thought he had shellcode up top from a while ago. Nope, no shellcode. Peter did. Yeah. Oh yeah. So here's the annoyances of the old drop privs code is debugging is super irritating. In fact, one of the fun tricks that one of the very first things that we ever do with Binary Ninja, it's on GitHub, is the Binary Ninja reverse engineering tool that was developed for Hate Center CTF a couple years ago. And one of the very first things we would use it for is we identify where the fork and drop privs functions were, and we just comment those out. So like we just nop over the fork, so you could just run it and it would bind, and you wouldn't have to worry about so much of the setting up the user and all that stuff. But the other one that you still have to worry about is the debugger and not being able to attach to a child process is annoying. All right. Yeah, let's go back to here. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, now that he's driving, and if we see something interesting on Peter's screen in terms of IDA, then we can flip over to it. But for now, that should be visible if people have 1080 streams. I know, right? Like it was SoundCloud / like Creative Commons. Like somebody's got a user where they just tag stuff and they put all the music. Yeah, so if everybody's interested in the music playlist, I'll post a link in IRC. Because so far it's been pretty decent. I just went through and randomly previewed 2 seconds of each track, and if it didn't sound horrible, then I added it to the list. But it came out alright. Live CTF isn't live. Ooh, that's a nice little thing. Cool. Somebody posted. This is why you do this, because you learn from other people. Somebody posted. There's an LD preload library that does the NOP alarm fork socket stuff automatically to be able to debug it. That's a great idea. Right, so as long as it's not statically compiled, then sweet. Thanks, BSpar, for posting that. That's stuff in here. What, Kira? Kira, which is pretty neat. Oh, your preload doesn't work on iOS. Yeah, I don't think fork works in iOS though, probably. Do they even let you do it? I don't know what they let you do there. Yeah, certainly for these old FreeBSD DD Tech era challenges, that's a nice library. So maybe both streams have stopped completely. I don't think they're cheating. I think they're talking. Actually, it sounds like they're in their chat. This is why we gotta. Maybe we should just slip a mic in and not let them know. Like, just turn the volume up. Yeah, just like, I'm just gonna leave this here. FaceTime, yeah. FaceTime a phone from the laptop and. Alright, so we're live again. Although, except now, Gyno's also back in. I gotta check out that Pruny library. Yeah. Yeah, we may just have Peter as the only one on the stream. Actually, if Peter's the only one on the stream, we'll have him come out here and put on the headset and just drive. Or we'll flip to that mic. What's that? Yeah, it's far more interesting to hear what he's thinking and what he's working on as he's going. I think to finish it out. I'm gonna go ahead and actually head in the room and let them know that if Gyno has to take off, that's gonna be the plan, just so that they know that they don't have to force it. BRB. Alright, we're back. I'm actually gonna pull up that Bone Tools GDP docs there. That's handy. Yeah, we definitely need to have somebody on the stream that really knows Bone Tools to demonstrate both the debugging and interaction. I really want to see a well-written. Somebody get Wriggle. What's he up to? I'll have to get him on the stream to do that. Alright. Still waiting on a terminal. They said they felt they were pretty close. They had the got out right and they would be done any second. Alright. Man, I need a drink break. Put the mic down. Be right back. We'll leave it on Gynophage's stream and see if they wake up and start doing something soon. Alright, coming back. So it looked like we're waking up. We were taking a little break here as well. But it now looks like Peter anyways is going. So alright, look at the memory map. Okay, so default. I don't see. Did they label the stack? The memory map looks. I don't recognize the FreeBSD memory map. I don't see like the heap or the stack. Oh, that last one was the stack looked executable. That BF I think was the last one that looked like the stack. All right. Yeah, we need to get them on audio too. We need to get them to just come in here and tell what they're thinking of doing.
Maybe we feed them a few drinks before it starts. A little easier to tolerate.
Well lubricated.
Would be amazing.
So they're both working now, so we can go back to split. Let's see. We've got Peter looking at the different mappings, right? So the issue is they've got their God entry override. I don't even know. Somebody asked earlier in IRC what God entry they were overwriting. I'm not sure offhand which one. But the problem is they don't know what they're overwriting yet. So, excuse me, they don't know what they want to put there yet. So they're looking for a pointer to their buffer, which, assuming it's a recent GDB, they could always just find it. If it is on the stack, like if the stack is really executable the way that one memory map looked like it was. Yeah, so Peter's looking, looks like he's looking around those regions now. But at least one of those looked like it was executable. So if that's the case, then they should just search in there for their payload, see if they find it. Hope it stays static and try it again. So let's see. So Simplicio, the GOT entry is. Well, now they're overwriting a stack pointer. I'm confused. Yeah, so Peter's looking at the. He's poking around in memory and he's found something. I'm not sure what that is.
It's ASCII.
Yeah, this is
It's definitely ASCII. There's a bunch of numbers.
yeah, a bunch of 20s.
Environment variables. Yeah, that's. Well, but again, that is stack. Alright, and now we have to focus in on guy that face here. Let's watch him. So yeah, somebody let me know if Peter flips to anything interesting. So I think, yeah, that last page is root X, and I think that's the one that's BFBE to BFF or to BFC0. Yeah, that's the one that I think the stack is currently in. Cannot access memory at 4141. So they're off by 4 bytes. That's the 512. It's got to be a 508, right? So now we're going to see him subtract that 200. Alright. Make it like 19C or 1FC. He's going to see which buffer it was he was doing, if it was the first one or the second one here. Oh, that works. Subtract 4. Oh, they've already got an address to put in there now, looks like. Yeah, so That offset seems wrong though. Yeah, let's make somebody who does a lot of pwn tools. Oh, that's a good sign. There we go. All right, so they, yeah.
Alright. Almost.
All right, now we need shellcode. We're getting close. Are you excited, IRC? We're getting there. We're getting there.
There's actually people in there talking.
Is volume level okay on the audio versus the music still? Sometimes it's a little hard to see in the OBS status. Alright, so now we're seeing a pwn tools attempt. Alright, good. Thanks, Appleman, for letting me know. Tried to use pwn tools last year, you said? Oh, yeah. On the audio. Yeah, and fiddle with it.
Oh, he did some shellcode.
Alright, so we got a payload. Why are they throwing it twice? I don't understand that. See the bottom line of GDB, the prompt part. Which, oh, GDB, sorry, it's earlier in the stream. I missed that before. Oh, I see. Yep, I gotcha. That I can fix. There we go. Thanks, Applicio, for mentioning that. Appreciate it. Alright, so we're at a SIG trap. We hear them talking in there, so we know that they're making progress.
Peter's got his shellcode open.
Yeah, are they looking over the shellcode? Well, but it's they've got different payloads. So the one that Peter has, yeah, we see the jump call and then pop the shellcode. The one that Gyno had up on the screen earlier on their payload, I just noticed the very end of it was just a syscall, so CD80, so that one's a different OX41 is actually a kind of NOP. Yes, it's a Inc ECX if memory serves. I'm not sure. We saw a SIG trap on the screen is what I was commenting on. But yeah, that's why everybody uses A's, right? So x86 trivia. If you know that OX41 is INC ECX, then you also know OX42 is INC EDX, right? Because the way that they do the register encoding EA, EC, ED, EB, ESP, EBP, ESI, and EDI.
Do you know how to connect the IPv6?
The SSH line can work. The SSH. No, just do it. You're just gonna throwing it on yours. The sig trap is from Benesager.
Or Shoko run?
Why was it trapping and you weren't getting a shell then?
Because it's a remote shell, or it's a shell.
Oh, I got you. Right, cause it was.
It's not an XINetD server.
I see what you're saying. No, we're gonna call that. Yeah, sorry, IRC is commenting about the INC ECX. No, we're gonna go ahead and call that done. We did get the BNSH fired. Stream a little longer than we intended, but everybody, thanks for watching. We will hopefully come back next week with more stuff, and I hope to see you then.